Go is trash. There, I said it. And if you're already furiously typing a comment to defend it, just hold on. I promise by the end of this video, you'll at least understand why people are starting to side-eye this clean and simple language like it just downloaded something shady onto their hard drive. Because spoiler alert, it did. Let's back up for a second. Go, or Golang if you're fancy, is supposed to be the chill language. It was made at Google. It's got Go routines, fast compile times, no semicolons throwing tantrums, and a syntax so simple it feels like it was made by IKEA. Oh look, it compiles in 0.3 seconds. So efficient? Yeah, well, so is a nuke. Doesn't mean you want one inside your codebase. Now, Go has always had this squeaky clean image. It's the language for infrastructure, for cloud services, for people who think Rust is too emotional. But recently, that clean image got absolutely dumpstered by one tiny package. And I mean tiny like one commit and goodnight sweet prince tiny. This story comes from socket.dev, and it's about a malicious Go module that didn't just pretend to be bad, it fully leaned in and said, "Yeah, I'm evil. What are you going to do about it?" Here's what went down. A package showed up on the Go ecosystem that had one job, to destroy you. You install it, thinking it's just another helpful little Go module, and suddenly it runs a Go install, which triggers a post-install script. That script uses wget, that classic Linux command used to download files from the internet, and pulls down a bash script. That bash script, it wasn't here to help. It nuked files, wiped .git folders so your repos disappeared, and even edited your bash history so you couldn't figure out what went wrong. It was like the perfect crime, but executed through a language known for being safe, and the kicker, this wasn't even an exploit. This wasn't a 0-day. This was just how Go works. See, Go modules get fetched directly from version control systems. No central registry like npm or crates.io watching for sketchy behavior. You type go install github.com/shady/module, and Go just trusts it, like a golden retriever that's been hit by a truck 3 times but still runs up to every stranger wagging its tail. Go doesn't sandbox these scripts. It doesn't warn you. It doesn't even ask, "Hey, this thing wants to run something after install. Are you sure?"
Are you sure?
It just does it. This isn't some esoteric corner case either. The Go command actually executes code when building or installing a module. So yeah, if someone wants to include a malicious payload in their go.mod, nothing's stopping them. It's like Go saw all the horror stories from NPM and said, what if we made that easier? To be fair, once this went public, security nerds sounded the alarms.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Socket flagged it. Twitter got angry. But Go itself? Still no big move to stop this at the language level. No official guardrails, no mandatory review process, just vibes. So if you're using Go, here's the takeaway. Every time you install a module, you better treat it like you're opening an email from a Nigerian prince. Audit it. Read the source. Don't just trust a GitHub repo with root access to your machine. And look, I get it. Go is fast. Go is efficient. Go is fun if you like writing the same 12 lines of boilerplate just to handle an error. But right now, Go is also dangerously naive about its dependencies. Maybe you're okay with that. Or maybe, just maybe, it's time to admit that simplicity isn't always safe. Anyway, if you need me, I'll be on Codecrafters learning to write my own HTTP server in something more robust and secure, like Java. Link in the description for 40% off, by the way. Enjoy.